We're back again with another one, and I'm here to just elaborate on a conversation I had yesterday with my fellow brother as we were chilling. He said something very profound that many of us want to skip the process. And I asked him, like, what do you mean by process? Then he gave me an example of a farm, right? Like many of us want the animal, right? We get the animal, we get the male and the female, and then we expect it to give birth already. Like it's all about what's this? All about mating and giving birth to another animal, right? So I thought to myself, and then I was like, okay, where are you trying to go with this? And then he said to me the fact that many people do not understand the process of grooming an animal into becoming what's this on heat. Let me put it that way. I'm used to dogs on heat or like to give birth to a healthy animal. Many people want to skip that part, the taking care of the animal. Many people want to skip the process. They want to go to the output. They put in the input, like there's the input and then the process of it. You might find out that yeah, the input you bought a cow, you did this and this and this. But then why are we skipping the process? And he said that's the hardest thing he has learned so far in this year. Just taking on and going through the process. And I was like, you know what, that's actually true what he says. Many of us, especially us as the young people within youth, we want to skip the process. We are like the instant gratification human beings. We want things instantly. Yet we don't want to just go through the process. And when I got home, I thought, I'm like, okay, the process. Within every process, it teaches you something, right? Process comes with lessons. Process comes with learning something new, knowing how to imply different stuff in future. Mainly objective is like to learn something and to just know how to do things further on. But we don't want that. We want the output. We want the instant things like, hey, when I put in money now, I put in 1,000, I expect to make 3.5. Let me take it for instance. Let's put forex traders. The people that are flipping accounts that are like triple the amount, they've mastered the skill. But now you get the other people like the beginners, they want to rush the mastering of the skill. They don't want to enjoy the process of, losing some trades. When you lose some trades, you learn from such a trade that, okay, look here, I made my mistake here. Write it down in your notebook. When next time you approach it, you know that you shouldn't make that mistake. You see, so coming to that, the process is really important. Understanding the process is also important. Understanding why you need the process is very important. And I urge many of us, especially as young individuals, that we go through the process. Like we go through the process and learn something during the process because that's like a huge beneficial factor that will play a huge role in your life in future whatsoever upcoming. But then let's trust the process. Now I finally understand why they say trust the process. When you trust the process, the things that you learn will take you far and just put you on another level. Remember, remember that in order for Kobe Bryant to be great, there had to be he had to stick to his process of his system of training every time. Before a game, He goes there, hits some shots, hits some hoops, so he can see that when I'm in the game, I shouldn't go in this lane, shouldn't do this, or like today, let me just aim for 2 pointers or 3 pointers because 3 pointers are not adding up. So with that process, Kobe Bryant became one of the best, and his mentality changed out of that. Hence, they call him the Black Mamba. So he started now just being a whole different human being because he trusts the process. He did trust his system that he set for himself. Process and system is the same. Just they can differ in meaning, but they both have the same role that they play, right? So me, from my side, I would say go through the process. Otherwise, if you don't go through the process, just you won't go far. I learned it like yesterday, and I came to share it with you. And I thought to it, I was like, life-wise, if you look at life, life is a process. You're not just some people are born into a rich family, yes, some people are born into a poor family, but now it's up to you how you want to get out of it, right? Right? You set yourself, you go through the process of like not having food at home, but you learn from that. You're like, you know what? I don't want my family to experience this. I want something different, man. You start working on yourself. You work on yourself. You endure through that process. Like when you go to varsity, at at that state of your being, not having stuff at home, not being advantaged or whatsoever, you know that you can approach in future that you will encourage other people. You encourage young people that are going through the same thing. Like you start mentoring them, bringing them up and saying, look here. And it came to me when I encountered such, I did one, two, and three. And now it's easier for them. Their process is much easier because you learn from your previous you learn from your previous process of saying, you know what, let me do it in this way. You failed, and then you got the right way. So now you're making it easier for them. Listen here, not going out of topic. In this life, you're not here for yourself, guys. You are here to help others. And when you are here to help others, you shouldn't have that selfish mentality of keeping everything to yourself. When your son, when your daughter, when your cousin, and whosoever needs help from you, talk. I know there are some people that are selling, like, their knowledge, which is not wrong to a certain extent. It's not wrong. They're selling their knowledge because they went through the pain whatsoever. But now I'm talking about the reality of life, like life in general. People that are going through the most, that they wake up without bread, they wake up without this, they wake up without that. I'm referring to that when you go through such, you are learning from such in order to help someone from such a thing. So don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Go through the process, because you going through the process, you can help like 15 to 50 people to 100 people. It will just benefit the both of you guys at the same time. Benefit the both of you, and don't aim to just don't aim to just do things to impress people. Don't do things to be seen. Don't do things like to just yeah, just to be seen. Eventually, when you do such, you'll just be exposed by yourself. Like, you'll just be exposed. People will start talking of you, and then you start becoming this. So now you must have that mentality when helping someone go through the process. You having that thing of like, I'm helping people. I'm not helping to be seen. I'm helping out of a pure heart that I want them to get out of this. I want them to get out of this nonsense. I don't want them to experience such nonsense. So, my side, I want you to just go through the process, fellow brother, fellow sister, fellow young sister, bigger brother, fathers, mothers. Let's go through the process and let's trust the process. Peace.